So this is how we will clean the eyelashes with the primer. We take a little microfiber brush. You can use a cotton Q-tip as well. Just normally the cotton leaves some little hairs, so it's better to use a microfiber brush. You take a little amount of the primer and you just clean them. As you can see, as there are no eyelash extensions, you can really thoroughly clean them. They have to be cleaned well so that when you stick the fake eyelashes, they stick very well to the surface and not to the dirt. You can also use a little plastic or some paper just to help you with the cleaning. And then we will apply the patches, under eye patches, which can come in many forms. These are silk ones. They stick very well to the skin, so you have to be careful. If the skin is very sensitive, they might be not the best option. And the shape is already cut out, so it might not fit all eye shapes. Other types of the patches can be silicone patches or just a normal scotch, special scotch, which you cut in pieces. Then you have to make sure that no upper eyelashes are stuck under the patch. You just have to remove them with the tweezer and make sure that the patch is not touching the eyeball, but it should be as near the eyelid edge as possible. Normally, we have already asked our client what effect she would like to have. Is it more natural or more dramatic? But then we have to evaluate her eyelashes ourselves. And now that we have a nice white base, we can look at her eyelashes and decide if we can really make the effect she wants. So normally it shouldn't be longer, the extension, the fake one, shouldn't be longer than a half of the natural eyelash. And here we will take the thickness of 0.10, C curl, and the longest and the base length will be 11 millimeters. Here I will be using eyelashes on a sticky line, which I place on my hand. They can also be placed on a special plate or another surface. And about the tweezer. So one tweezer will be straight and one will be curved. Normally the straight one is used to place an eyelash and the curved is used to isolate and separate the natural eyelashes. This is the traditional way of using the tweezers. This is how we will use the tweezers and place a fake eyelash on the natural one. So with the curved one, we isolate one eyelash, and with the straight one, we pick one eyelash from the sticky line, and we will be gluing it on the natural one. When you will be placing each eyelash, it has to go perpendicular or at 90 degrees to the surface of the eyelid. Like this, you will have symmetry on both eyes and a nice flow from one side to another. So I'm taking one eyelash and I'm putting it in the middle of the glue to pick up some glue. So why in the middle? Because it's the most fresh part of the glue, and we put it around half of the eyelash we put inside, and there is a little bubble formed on the very end. In case this bubble is too big, we can always remove a little bit by touching the surface. Separated one eyelash. We separated very near the edge of the eyelid. We will put the fake eyelash. Imagine that it's already with the glue. So the fake eyelash has to be 1 to 0.5 millimeter away from the eyelid, not too close to the eyelid and not too far. and we can put it on top, on the side of the eyelash, or down the eyelash. We have already prepared our client for the treatment, and now we will put some glue on a surface which is not porous, so that it doesn't absorb the glue and the glue stays as fresh as possible. You can put a little amount or bigger amount, a little dot you will need to replace faster. So I also shaked the glue around 30 seconds so the ingredients mix together. So we isolate one eyelash very near to the base of the eyelid. We need good isolation. So we pick some glue, and this bubble which is formed must be spread all over the natural eyelash. So we spread it, and then we attach the eyelash 1 millimeter or half a millimeter close to the eyelid. If the direction is not correct, we just correct it with the tweezer, and there must be no gaps between the natural and the fake eyelash. If the natural one looks not the correct way, we should try that the fake one looks, it doesn't follow the natural direction. Otherwise it would look somewhere not straight. So here we have another client of mine, and you will see the process, how the eyelashes are glued. So I prepared some glue, I put the eyelashes on the sticky lines on my hand. As I have mentioned before, you can put them on some other surface as well. Just when you put them on the hand, it's kind of quicker and nearer you to pick an eyelash from. So yeah, you can save some time. And here you can see that I isolated one eyelash, and I kind of rubbed a little bit, rubbed off the glue on it and stuck it. So here the method of sticking them is that you can go from one eye to another. You can glue one eyelash extension on one eye and then go to the other side. Like this, you leave some time for the eyelash to stick well, and that it doesn't stick with other extensions or other natural eyelashes. Here you can see that I still leave a lot of space between the eyelashes, so I accidentally don't stick them together. And as well, pay attention to the direction. As you can see in the inner corner, the eyelash looks a little bit inwards, and at the outer corner it looks outwards, and in front it looks really kind of to the in front of us. Yes, so that's the little tip I have mentioned before. The eyelash angle has to be perpendicular to the eyelid. So here is another eyelash, and then you will have the zoomed in view so that you can see better, and also the distance. Don't forget the distance. It has to be not more than 1 millimeter from the eyelid so that it doesn't touch the eyelid, but not too far as well, otherwise they will look like they already grew too much. And you have to try to put every eyelash at the same distance from the eyelid. Like this, it will look very nicely done work. So here you can see I separate. Try, when you start, try to separate the longest, the strongest eyelashes first. It will be the easiest way for you to glue them. Don't try now to search for some short, small lashes and torture yourself. Just look at the longest, strongest ones and glue them. Glue the fake eyelashes on them first. Like this later, it will be easier for you to separate them because they will be already like longer and more visible. And you will be leaving out the baby lashes, the very thin, the smallest, the growing ones, so that they grow. And when they are ready, you can put the fake eyelashes on them so they are strong, they can support the weight. So here you will see an eyelash which will be glued not properly. As you see, it's too far from the eyelid, first of all, and second of all, the base is disattached. So we will have to remove such an eyelash. I just simply take one side, one end of the natural eyelash and one end of the fake one, and I just disattach it faster as long as it's not glued too strong, so it's easier to remove it. And then again, the same process, a little bit of glue, a little brush, and I even let it, I don't do with it anything, it just sticks by itself. If the glue is fast curing and of a good quality, it's easy to work with. And sometimes you will have to brush once all the eyelash with a bubble formed on the fake eyelash. As you can see, you will brush it once and then stick it. But sometimes, if the bubble is not too big, you can just stick it directly to the natural eyelash.